Hello, good morning and welcome back to the Fish Locker. Today we're spending the day in the life of a Whelk fisherman. I'm fishing again with my friend Scott and his crew on board the fishing vessel St George out of Eastbourne, and we're going to work all of his Whelk gear. For people who don't know, Whelks, they're a type of sea snail. I'll show you more of those as we go on. We're just, as you can see, it's early morning. We're just in the lock gates at Sovereignty Arena, just off of Eastbourne. We're going to be going a fair distance offshore to work all of his Whelk pots. I'll do my very best to explain what I can while we're out there. Anything that I don't know and I don't understand, I will ask Scott and his crew to explain. Just wish us luck. The lad's Whelk gear is already at sea fishing. They're hauling it every few days, so we'll be going straight out into hauling gear. The bait that they're going to use to rebait it with, we collected it from the merchants last night. It's going to be bits of cut up dogfish and edible crab. Now I asked Scott about the edible crab, where it comes from, and it's the commercial crab boats using the big Vivia tanks. Occasionally right down at the bottom of the tank they do have a little bit of dye off. Some of it, this has not been fit for human consumption. So we're using something that would normally be like a complete waste. The dogfish, there's no real commercial value for it. It's not widely eaten in the UK. And that crab wasn't going to go into the food industry anyway. So we're reusing something that would be wasted, would be discarded, to catch more. Get ourselves tucked inside the whale house. But the sun is just coming up over there. Doesn't matter where I am, it's still my favourite time of day. 5.5 sacks off the first fleet. Yeah, I can see there the importance of making sure that your rope doesn't come foul around itself, just because if you get a tangle, you'll end up with 5 pots leaving all at once, won't you? So other than just like a little bit of holding back, it's just completely self-shooting, aren't they?
So if you go higher, then you have to shoot it by hand. But this way it's a lot easier in the same zone. If we've got moved strings, we've got 2, 3 strings to go, and we stack them 3, 4 high, and then when you shoot them, you get in amongst the pots and throw them off. So when they shoot from that high, they don't really slide off.
Tumble down, once you tumble down, you've got the tank, yeah. I get what you're saying.
But when you only do 1 string at a time, too high, nice and safe, sitting there, anything goes wrong, get out of the way.
It was a perfect system as you had lined up. Yeah, I can understand now. Like if you fall behind, or if you get a tangle in the rope or something like that, or if you
get in there, your safety first, don't worry about anything else.
Well, I suppose yeah. If 2 pots go out tangled up around each other, what's the worst that can happen? Just sort it out next time you haul it.
It's simple like. I'd rather go over there than play with it.
Let's get tidied up, get ready for the next string. I'm assuming it's like seeing the pots coming up there, it's fine sand what they're all shot on. You just pick them up all on fine sand, or is it?
Yeah, like the chain one shot on the contour lines, the changing of the ground, right. They like sitting in the gullies. But when you work out in the shipping lanes, it's pretty much all sand, and yeah, fishes quite well on the sand.
Well, they hide in sand, don't they? They're not.
No, yeah.
It's not like Winkles where you'd find them on the scar, is it?
Yeah, no, any hard ground you won't see one. So generally the sand fishes up the best.
Do you find that I've noticed that you're getting an awful lot of smalls in with them, whereas like in the northeast when I'm used to seeing a Whelk, it's like the size of your fist, isn't it? Is this?
It's quite patchy ground. That one we just hauled there has been a lot of smalls in it. This one here should be a lot bigger fish, bigger Whelks. So
it's not just the inshore small and no.
It depends now, it's very patchy, the ground, and this is also fairly worked hard, this ground. Other boats have been through here like a month or so ago before we got Pinnacle going, so the rest of the boats have gone south of the 6 mile and then tackling the French boats now.
And you're restricted to the number of pots you can work out here again?
Yeah.
Same as with the cuttles?
300 pots between the beach and 3 miles. And then another 300 pots between 3 mile and 6 mile, and then as many pots as you like back at the 6 mile.
No, I don't know many spots that sell Whelks. I was going to say, where do these go to?
Generally export to Asia, and then yeah, they love them out there. They take tons and tons and tons. So we had when Corona virus sort of hit out and people were stopping work. The restaurants all shut down, so the fish prices crashed, so we had to turn on to this, and they were still exporting Whelks, and the price actually went up slightly, so that got us through the summer.
Diversified a bit into something.
The year later we found that because there was so much Whelk then caught the year before, they had a backlog over in Asia, so they dropped the price on us from $1.35 to £1 the year later, so that made quite an impact, and also the fuel prices went back up.
Do you not get many hermits mixed in with the Whelks?
Not really, no.
Is that more like an inshore thing?
In places, but not. No, don't seem to get in the pots. I think it's just the way the pots are.
Touch wood.
Yeah, they can't get in.
Brilliant, thank you.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, only popped in for a quick one. Nah, she was like, I don't want to start making some fluid.
Popped in for a packet of nuts.
Yeah, but
No, that's much better. Don't have to worry about the picture. It's like you're not smashing your
Johnny, does arm flow on this riddle?
Well, we're guessing about the thing in the middle.
Pardon?
We're guessing about the spools coming out as well.
bottoms of the pots have ripped out. They're old pots of a few years ago. And with a French boat, like towed the gear through it, just dragged the whole roll of the bottom.
Seven solid bags just spread that across the toe.
Right. For 7, was it?
Yeah. Go fishing.
We've got 2 minutes now while we're steaming to the next pot. We're going to shoot these back. See, got some cracking success. The pots here, it's not it's not like the makeup of a crab pot, is it? They're really simple. Where you just a 5-gallon drum with some holes in it, and in the bottom of there is concrete, and all it's just got is just a drawstring and net, and it's purely just the scent. Draws them in, and the whelks climb in there, and because they're that slow.
So the idea is the holes also, the smaller ones come back out, the bigger ones can't get back out.
Yeah, well, you can see, look, they're still, all they do is they just kind of crawl up in there, go inside, and by the time you've hauled it, they're not fast enough to get out. Yeah.
And they can't scale across this netting.
Right.
So they can go in, they can climb upside, but they can't get back across that netting, so it's unless it's on its side,
And maybe to explain really quickly, this griddle, when they're dumping them out onto here, this is the size of a minimum landing size, so if they don't fit through it, they just get slid across down into a sack there. Those are all big enough, these are all big enough to keep. And all the ones that are too small go through the griddles, end up in a box there. When we've shot these pots back, we'll just dump the box over the side. I'm going to get myself out of the way when I shoot these anyway. Cheers, mate. We're just we're busy rolling about, steaming to the next spot, chatting about interesting things about whelks. Conversation lasted about 10 seconds and then we ran out of interesting things to say about. No, we're just the gear that you were working there obviously was quite a distance. I was going to say many other guys working whelk gear around here. And is it you were saying before that you only really diversified into it after COVID?
We did personally. We're more of a nesting boat. The whelking now is quite a high priority to most of the boats on the south coast. It's through the summer, it's probably the top earner. So we'd probably say 75% of the boats are all on whelks through the summer months.
Is the ground down here, is it particularly good for it? I mean, it's chalky ground, isn't it? You've got your white cliffs and
it depends on how hard it's been fished. It goes in waves generally. This year has been a better year for the whelks, so been left alone a little bit.
Oh, sorry, you're chucking around all over the place. Some of the other shellfish that we've talked about in other videos has been like your winkles and things like that, which are grazers. Now whelks, they're not herbivores, are they? They don't graze. They're like a scavenger.
It's a scavenger, yeah.
So they're just scavenging around on seabed just for stinking for out.
You can see we're using the crab and the dogfish as bait, and they'll pretty much eat anything in sight really. If you chuck half a chicken in there, they'll clean it to the bone. So.
Just the garbage disposal of the ocean bed, yeah. It makes you really want to eat them, doesn't it?
No, yeah.
Notice that most of the whelks that we've been picking up inshore have been quite small. I mean, the ones that I've seen, some of the ones I've found them, but they've usually got hermit crabs in, like the size of your fist. Now, how old do they get to?
I believe, approximately 10 years is about a lifespan of a whelk. That's quite an interesting question.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
With a back bit. What is the back bit? For everyone.
Make your own pots up if I mean. finished up now. Just cleaned down. There we are. I've lost count of how many sacks we got. But yeah, I've lost count of how many, maybe 15 to 20 sacks of whelks. As you can see, the weather isn't, it's not the best of conditions. Well, it was great fun. Back in now. There we are. Offloaded the sacks. 25 and a half altogether, so more than I estimated. Cleaned down, and we're just going to run them off now in the trailer to the storage unit in the chiller. So that's easier than handballing them. So you just label them up now and then just say what weigh them tonight? And
So the lorry's here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I think they're getting weighed tomorrow evening before the lorry. And the cuttlefish will go on that lorry as well. So tomorrow morning's cuttles will get weighed and be on the same lorry as the whelks.
all the way tomorrow.
All the way, yeah, if it goes tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
Brilliant, thank you. That's it, the catch is landed, the boat's been cleaned down, we're finished for the day. I hope you enjoyed joining us, I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later. Oh. Just about to say, yeah, the weather's not great and I took a wave straight to the face.